So it's Forgiveness Saturday. So for me, when it comes to forgiveness, I'm good with that now, but I struggled with that for years. We go through things that sometimes we believe that we're not going to make it, and we're so hurt, and we have so much pain. Sometimes we cause our own pain, and sometimes other people cause it. And I was broken at my core for many years. And I can understand why it's hard to forgive. And the hardest part about forgiveness is forgiving ourselves. We wish we could go back and change the things we did, or we wish for something different. Sometimes we picture something different, and that just doesn't work. Sometimes we go to different habits to try to cope with what was done to us and what we did to ourselves and our choices. But the best gift we can give ourselves is forgiveness. If we are, if like, I find that to be like the most precious gift of them all. Forgiveness to ourselves and to others. There's so much freedom there. There's so much joy after all the pain, after all the hurt. There's a sense of like relaxation. When I was younger, I used to dream about like falling all the time. Like I would always be falling in my dream. Just always falling for many years, especially in my teenage years. I always dreamt and I was falling from like a high area, and then I would just be falling. And I'll never make it to the ground. But I was always falling. And as I got older, especially when I started to awaken, I started to like relate that dream to my reality. It was like I was always falling, always falling. Something was always happening, or somebody was always doing something. And that was my state of being, like always falling. When I made the decision to forgive, and it wasn't just that I made a decision, it was I had to have clarity of what was going on. Who was who and what was what, and the best way for me to forgive was to be able to identify what was happening and not for the person. So I had to first I had to detach from the titles, like understand, like, some people are karmics, and that just means that they just choose to go the same way all the time. And then I had to accept that I wanted something different for myself. And I'm really excited to speak about this one because there's so many of us out there that went through just terrible things. Like the normal person, the average person would have to would break. They wouldn't be here to speak about it. And it's because there are some things that are just not taught to us about the reality of this world. And because of my awakening, I was able to see that certain spirits operate through other people, you know? And when I was able to identify the spirit in the person and also identify the spirit within me, the good or the bad, right? And choose which ones I wanted to keep. And then I was able to apply that to the people around my life, to the situations around my life. Then I was able to come to a place of forgiveness. One, forgiveness, well, most of all, the first one was me, which was the hardest one, because there were some things that I wasn't proud of, right? some things about my character that I didn't like to admit to other people, and things that were done to me that I felt shame about, right? But then when I saw it from a perspective of, this person was operating out of this spirit, and I was then operating out of that spirit because of this, right? And then what did I need to do to address that? And did I want to keep it or not? Then that gave me like a route to take. And it made me be able to let go, to let go and accept things for what they were. And then I started to realize that it's kind of like a game. It's like a game of what spirit is operating in the person. Are they too far beyond repair? And that wasn't my call for me to try to fix it, because I like to fix things. I like to give, and I had to let go of that, of the wanting to fix the people that I love, the people that I care about, the people that I thought that were gonna be with me. I had to let that go, because if God couldn't do it, then who am I? So it gave me clarity. And then also, by detaching and taking away the titles from people, I was, when I detach and I take the titles away from people, right, and then just identify them by the spirit that they're operating in, then it's easier for me to say, well, I don't want to interact with that anymore, and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. And with that gave me comfort, because I was operating at a different level with a different perception. And when I understood that and I found acceptance in that, then it was easier for me to let go and let God. And I came to a place of forgiveness like that. And one of the tools that helped me was, therapy, support groups, journaling. Those things helped. Taking care of my body, like focusing on myself and going within. And for me, going within is just minding my business and taking care of my things, because I wanted something different for myself. And also the examples I had of people that were resentful, the people that wouldn't forgive, for me, it was like, I do not want to become like that. I don't want to operate like that. And when I saw myself becoming that, it scared me. And so I like to reflect a lot. So I reflected and I went within and I chose something different. But, no matter what we've been through, no matter what we've done or what people have done to us, we can choose something different for ourselves. No matter what society says, no matter who accepts us or not, that's not our problem. God doesn't care. God just wants you to choose yourself, and your perception of God is up to you. This topic for me hits home, because this is what I just been doing most of this time. It's just forgiving, 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 forgiving. But it's the best reward, because once we clear that out and we forgive ourselves and we walk with purpose, we don't carry our wounds like now I could just tell you, like, whatever, ask me, I'll tell you. but I don't feel shame for it. I don't feel remorse for it. I don't feel condemned